Welcome back to Pro Paper Plays. Today we are continuing Katawa Shoujo. So the last time I played this, we basically got into a life-altering incident where the protagonist, whose name I forgot, he found out he has a heart condition after his heart was fluttering for his crush. So now we're at a new school. But yeah, that's where we got to meet the other students who have unique disabilities about them. So I actually look forward to seeing how this progresses more. So let's go for it. That's where we left that last time. I wake up in a strange room. We just moved into our dorms. Or we just moved into our new dorm. Anyway, so solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I'd forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. Wait, This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the third room this year I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around you remind me that, indeed, it's me who's supposed to be the one living here. My bag's on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. Stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating. Until I open a bottle, check out a pill and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. Down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far this place seems more or less like a normal school. Except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday. Misha's constant laughter, and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps, people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs? So, well, I wonder if I should join one. I say go for it. Anyway, all through class, the question remains on my mind. So I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her.
Hello there.
What's up? Well, never seen her make that face. I'm screenshotting that. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha. Looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down, so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Alright, wait, I'm taking that too. Alright.
Hey,
There she is. Sorry, Shitan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hichan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Da-da-da. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know. Hichan, the truth is it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... Alright, she starts sending desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Da-da. Huh? Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as he shouts Shizune's word at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. Shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though, brushing it off without a care. Alright. like spat when I said something earlier. Anyway, that. We are in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right, Hi-chan. Are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? Could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchange between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Just like me. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and silently slip towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hey, maybe she's going to the bathroom? I don't know. Hi-chan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me after the girl who left? No, nothing. That. Okay. Well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? Oh, I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books.
Psych!
Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. That. Yay! Okay, Hi-chan. Perfect. Alright, the rest of class passes uneventfully. Girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shinae looks a little more annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it all. It's not a contest or anything. Alright, what's up? Yes, it is, Hi-chan. Impossible. Really? Really? I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha's always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given moment. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. I should pay Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, at least she's looking at me. It's all very confusing, but will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes splash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think it's maybe a contest to her. Are you challenging me? Is what she says. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. She's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hi-chan? Very sure. Alright. You're wrong, Hi-chan. Because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Wahahaha! Shizune pushes up her glasses at the bridge of the nose in a very matter-of-fact way. Alright. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up a bag, looking at me expectantly. I almost forgot I was supposed to have lunch with them. There they are. What's up? Alright, where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. In my old school, I like to eat outside, near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Alright, Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in the classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Hi-chan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right? Right. Hi-chan, okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Can't speak. Changing a little nod to confirmation, they turn to face me again and Misha strains her posture, as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hi-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I just usually read a lot. There is a book club, right, Hi-chan? Right. But it seems like they have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hi-chan, it's a really popular club. Da-da. Ah, okay. But more to the point. Hichan, does this mean you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Alright, good. Great, that's great, Hichan. Really great. Wah-ha-ha-ha-ha. Whenever she says wah-ha-ha-ha, I just imagine she's like laughing like a supervillain. Wah-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha. Anyway, why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hichan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student council. I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this, because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion, in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says. Da-da. Right, Hichan. Maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Nande? Well, for one, we can hang out every day. Oh, we can hang out every day, Hichan. Shichan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shichan is the president. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Alright, of course. We're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to... Oh, so you're admitting that... Oh. No. We admit nothing. I mean, Hichan, of course it would be nice if you joined, and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one school. Yup, it's true, Hichan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hichan? Can't tell if she's being genuine or just really good acting. Yes. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest. Although they are pretty cute to begin with. Well... I done that. So it's settled. Welcome to the student council, Hichan. What? No. Aw, see, Hichan? Of course it wouldn't go so easily. The smug face. Yep, that's right. Though it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Hichan owes me candy now. You were betting on it. Hey, my life's not a game here. This is the fourth wall break. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Da-da. That's interesting. Hichan, let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hichan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. But that was rich man, poor man. No, absolutely not. Aw, why not? Well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage. So I will have to decline. Yeah, she look angry now. Hichan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us? That we would pull something so... disingenuous? That makes me so sad. But baka! Sorry? Hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends, and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. No. I'll stand my ground, bro. How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. Make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot it. Wait, past goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers. I don't even know if I've heard of this. I don't know. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hichan. Ta-da. It's also played by elementary and middle school children, Hichan. That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. Huh? For some reason I can't read today. Anyway. More like the voice from the cellular voice. Anyway, I'm not gonna play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Another disadvantage. Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hichan? Shizune frowns at Misha. That means she probably wasn't supposed to admit that. Well, too late. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council. I'm a little curious about what they even do here. Never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. Also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Ta-da. Okay, Hichan, how about Risk, the game of world domination? I also don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hichan. You fight for control of the world, with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can play after school. Ta-da. Really, Shichan? We can play just for fun, Hichan. Shichan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Grimace tell him how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete, just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Oh, hello. What you doing? Alright, during afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be so nosy. Alright, more time passes again. Alright. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby, and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past, that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. I'm in prison. They like take me over. Alright. Get in your cell. Anyway. What's wrong, Hichan? Feel like you're in prison or something? That's right. We're just gonna go play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha. It seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game. Wait, they'll tie me down and torture me.
What the hell?
Do I agree to join the student council? Well, that's highly unlikely, but still. For some reason, it feels like it would just be so plausible. Honestly, though, wouldn't be surprising. Alright, getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What, that's it? That makes you guys seem, wait, that makes, wait, no, this makes you guys being on top of me seem a little silly. Ta-da. That's not true, Hichan. Hichan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened. Expression unchanging. We should sign something amusedly to Shizune. Makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, being pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that, I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Alright, Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it's quite large. Maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked on one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves attached with... stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else, in fact. Nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. Could have at least put a plotted plan here, or something. But the most noticeable thing in this room doesn't have... Wait, the most noticeable thing that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? Ta-da. No. What do you mean no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Yep, that's right. Oh, before I asked why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Alright. Hichan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Haha. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain it to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets, throws it onto the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial. Shizune cuts in and declares that the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off on me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Alright. I point to the game while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from 2 fronts. She breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers onto the table to get my attention. Like that. I don't know if you can hear it. Try to do it. Anyway. Hee-chan, Shi-chan wants to know that you are taking too long to make a move. Hurry up! Alright, Shi-chan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. Hey man, I thought this was a game, no strings attached, bro. You lied. It's like she would dangle that over my head. That's enough for me. She knows how I care about the outcome of this game. Anyway, no. It's like, you're lost. Shi-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join student council. You're so competitive, Shizune. Seems to take this as a compliment. Would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temples. They're trying to physically imprint the words to her memory. To be fair, I don't know what it means, but I hear people use it all the time. Alright, suddenly Shizune bursts into her flurry of gestures. Misha was daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Wait. Please slow down, Shi-chan. Hee-chan. Shi-chan says you're gonna lose. Tell her I will crush your world empire with my rebellion. Okay. Alright, I like that face. Give me that. Those eyes of her shine with childlike mischief. Oh. Wait, so she says, you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. It's a trap. It's smarter to play defensively here, or she has a point. Attack aggressively. Alright, how do I save? Okay, new save state. Nice. Yeah, this feels like a trick. Actually, you know what? No, screw it. I'm going aggressive, man. I'm raw dogging this. She is either really mocking me or trying to trick me. Nothing else to lose, so I might as well try something different. Maybe I spread out my force to try to control more territories. I can recoup the advantage. Shizune seems to focus on conquering whole nations, so maybe I can sacrifice my hold on continents to gain more small countries. It's worth a shot. You suck! He turns later and end up losing the game anyway. Well, rip bozo. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. I win, yay! There's no need to translate that, it was pretty clear. Don't look so sad, Hee-chan. We're really giving it your best, that's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. Okay, Mom. If anyone knows that, it's me. You did very well for someone who just learned how to play today. Hee-chan, you attacked, Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. Hee-chan is impressed. The mark of great people is that they are daring, and that they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, Hee-chan? That isn't enough, though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step. There is no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. You're right, Hee-chan, but that's so demanding. Oh, Okay, wait, so Shizune leans forward. Suddenly looking a lot less playful, more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. Hee-chan, would you like to join the student council? She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But it's only my second day of school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. Haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet. Spending time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. I still need more time to think about it before I decide. Maybe. I'll get back to you on it. she got pissed off. Okay, Hee-chan. But I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad. No, really. Really? Hee-chan, if you're going to say that, you're saying that it is definitely the truth. There can't be any mistaking it. I know. Guess I should have my revenge for losing at the very least. Shizune smiles at that in a mischievous way, like feeling like that feels like the twisting knife in the wound of my loss. I can't read that sentence. I don't know. Take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Oh, sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. You think I could tell time with just a clock, bro? It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shi-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show where he is? Oh, no thanks. It's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Adios. One flight of stairs up and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Oh. Wide, of course, and plain like only hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. Classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to. But then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Oh, I guess in game time. Is the library one of them? Or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the ladder and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either. It's barely ajar so I can see it's open and nothing else. Wouldn't make sense for the library door to be invitingly open. And while this one's not quite that, it's good enough. You know what? This is definitely the library. I can feel it. The red means that someone is inside and I can ask for directions no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle on my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to the school can't be shaken from my mind, so much that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep. But it's much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head further inside to gain the side of the room as fast as possible, the meek "hello" my lips is quickly snatched away. Oh, flashbang. Oh, hi. I'll screenshot that. Maybe thumbnail. This is not what I was expecting. Mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Hello there. May I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's a soft, measured voice that reminds me she's a being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi. Sorry for intruding. I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm the intruder. Intruder! Thanks. Slowly step towards another seat opposite her. Girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling. That and the slight cloudiness to her eyes means she must be at least partially blind like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. So I take my seat, but her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silent entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so different from it's so very different from the student council office. I take it you're a new student to Yamuku. Yeah, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow of greeting. Or bow? No, bow of greeting. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lilly Satou. Pleased to meet you. Hisao. Hisao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. Much as it pains me, I can't step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Okay. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. Brush here, brush there. Her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. Seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see her around back. As I lean sideways to see her around her back. She seems to use her long, dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities that students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. She's and me should have no problem working together to communicate to me. And Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I never thought of. But I feel slightly guilty about doing the work. Or about her doing the work. She seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offerer preparing the drink. So, Soft voice brings me out of my silent observations. Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. Some classmates told me it was on this floor. Chris is pouring water into the teacup as she nods. Small metallic tapping coming from the teapot. I can't read. Bro. Anyway, she finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods. Small metallic tapping coming from the teacup, indicating it being stirred. I'm aware, Miss Hakamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you were in class 3-3, no? That's right. In the science room with Muto. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him as most do. Oh, hey, we're here now. Alright, screenshot. Hell yeah. She sets down the tea. I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but it seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Excuse me, do you have coffee instead? Anyway. Nonetheless, it smells quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lilly, please. There's no need to be too formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Well-bred speech. Oh well. Bro, I'd say the word bread, so it threw me off. Spetch. Anyway, I guess I should try and ask her about herself, as it really does seem if she's catering to me. So, which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi, and it's specifically for both blind and partially blind students. I see. Sorry. Yeah, almost felt like unintentional joke, but my bad. I feel like slapping myself with a faux pas. Looking at her face though, she doesn't seem the least bit put off by it. My. There's no need to change your speech on my account. Sure. Sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. All the same can't be said for everyone. Many have come to terms with their conditions. Category which would include her, it seems. All too ready to jump ship from this particular topic. A segue into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking on it, this might be a version of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duties as a class representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune is blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's clubs. What kind of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are the track and field club, which uses the field near the school during lunch times, the baseball club, and the book club in a room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, such as the art and music clubs. At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if the school shares the same rule as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, good. That's a relief. Really let my guard down around this girl to let such things slip out. Fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Willie does the same. Alright, time has passed. Alright. The evening. So look over the window over her shoulder. Notice the light coming down into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh. Time's gone quickly. Sorry. Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. Just looks like the sun's starting to set. Seems to come to a surprise to her. Or for her, I don't know. Seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of time. Sorry, Hisao. I didn't mean to keep you from the library so long. Quickly move to allay your concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems to likely know in any case. True. It's open until 6:30 during weekdays, Quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. Might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She also gives a deep nod. Hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it alright. Well, if my navigational skill fails me. Where's my GPS, bro? I need it. Google Maps. Oh, which they seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny your offer. If you're so sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. Alright, she stands up to follow me. She takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that has been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. I said door. Compared to the cane the boy had in my class, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for support, and then hers is for navigation. Yeah. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway, onto the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. Slowly walked through the hallway. Doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room. Apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we follow in. Alright, the library, let's go. To the left is the wooden library counter. The library proper being on the right. It usually dwarfs my my old school's library, but the distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old world air. Medieval times, same with this music actually. It feels like a medieval themed visual novel already. There doesn't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yugo, are you here? She says it to thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present. And of course, Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Whoa. Something from under the thudder... What? The thudder? Bruh. Something under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Wait, what? Oh.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hello. It's her. I'll take a screenshot. New characters. The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention. Hi, Lily. How can I help you? Voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual when she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk. I don't know why she has an old lady voice, but sure. And while I was looking for it, a pencil dropped. And when I was looking for both of them, you came and surprised me. Are you all right? I'm sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, while frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things have happened. Girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and as she shuffles for some papers around the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look. Seems to fit a library perfectly. Ah, Lily, did you get my message? Message? Oh, the 2 imported books that arrived. Right. They finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but... It's just celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure. She notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. You're like a ninja. Oh, do you need to check out a book or return one? Go men. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yugo. This is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hisao. Right, Hisao. Pleased to meet you too, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name in her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of, abject terror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what you'd be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How's it any responsibility at all? I don't get it. Her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second. Wait, she would rather disembowel herself on the spot. Tell me where the white novels are. But... So, there are a lot of books in Bro here? I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops to my head. Seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but she's not as tense now. Well, I think about a third or fourth of Yamuku's library. It's either in braille or audio. Makes sense, given all the blind students that I'd beat here. But it's only that. How come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of books regularly, because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. I spend more on new books than on my salary. And then I have to organize and shelf all of them. It's so troublesome and they waste so much. I wish I could quit this job. Very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much info. I'll go check on the aisles then, if you don't mind. Very best for all of us she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, if you have those books... Oh, I would like to have those books if it's alright with you. Alright, my first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. I went down the narrow aisles. I studied the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb. Taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. Guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large printed braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is. A library. Sounds up the calm mood from the room I had tea with. Lilly snuck in here with us. Unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. Reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks, set up for studying or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. Well, the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at a desk, either reading or stealthily sleeping. Real. Anyway, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting at one of the several beanbags.
Hello there.
Oh, hey, it's her. The long-haired girl, as we call her. Oh. It's a dark-haired girl from my class. The one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes it look like she's really into it. From the way she was acting today, I had her pegged as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my head. Drake floats slowly but surely towards the surface. Before I know it, I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired girl. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone. She is a classmate after all. Walking over to another beanbag. Take a seat and lay my books beside it. Oh, it's like, whoa, we're socializing, bro. Get me out of here. Anyway, the girl starts, looking scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe. It's the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, seeing that part of her face, at least a third, if not half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I am shocked, and divert my eyes to the book in her hands, before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes me seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up to her for. Alright. New save. I don't know how many save slots you actually have in this game. You know, we'll introduce ourselves, I'm sure we're fine. Hi, I'm new here. Hisao Nakai, we're in the same class. I just transferred here the other day. Maybe you don't remember? I did a self-introduction too. Rose still doesn't say a word, but simply stares at me wide-eyed. I'm still getting used to the place, so I'm trying to meet as many people as I can. So, what's your name? Hanako. Her speech is stuttering and so quiet it's barely audible, even in a still library. So I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako, huh? So, what are you reading? She gently tips the book backwards so I can read the title, at the same time hiding her face behind it. She must have noticed me staring before. Life of Pi. I've never heard of it. What's it about? A boy and a tiger on a boat. I can see this is taking some time. Ooh, sounds interesting. Is it any good? She nods from behind the book, but stays silent. She looks kinda tense. A bit like Yuko earlier, but in a different way. More like petrified with terror, I'd say. So the mystery delinquent girl turned out to be... Oh! Okay, wait. No, she's actually shaking. That caught me off guard. So the mystery delinquent girl turned out to be anything but... And she's quivering in a way that makes it look like she's mortally afraid of me. The only way out of this, as far as I can tell, is to try to get a normal conversation going. Is it a library book? Looking for new ones to read, but there's just so many. No, it's mine. Oh, so do you come here often? Oh, a huge blush spreads on Hanako's face, and her eyes widen far larger than I thought it was possible for eyes to do. Uh-oh. She interpreted my lame attempt at small talk as a people attempt to pick her up. Rizz. I didn't mean it like that. I've got to do something. Alright, goodbye. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her like takeoff catches me up so off guard. I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lilly and Nico are happily chatting away. Knowing I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see, or I guess notice, a girl run past here? Maybe. What did she look like? Long dark hair, kind of shy. She had, well, some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear. You go, would you excuse me? I had better try and find her. Sure. I'll just hold on to these until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Right. See you later then. I'm guessing it could be like social anxiety or something. And like, you know, like actual, she basically has a hard time like communicating with people. I think that's what it is though. Lilly hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library. Leave me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing. I just talked to her, tried to get to know her. Didn't even manage to get started. Oh, Yuko sighs and looks awfully bothered. Even more so than she did before. I guess you weren't wrong so much as tactless. Tactless? That girl's a bit of a special case. It's like she never really talks to anyone. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder. It's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound convincing at all. Then again, maybe this is just a norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. Perhaps I was being a little tactless after all. But how should I deal with these people? I wish myself to act overly casual when it makes me feel phony. I'm supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Nico fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resist it. I think it's an elephant, only if you feel that way. Yeah, she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. Makes me smile when she blushes heavily. What? Did that sound stupid? No, it actually sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. I don't have anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People with papers on your desk really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing, but I have to do it. I hope it's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, I wanted some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. Fetch my stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting, and return to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. She doesn't say anything else, just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Alright, holding the library books with one arm, I troll from my pocket for the key to the door. Sudden sound from behind startles me. You can nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? Oh, is it the guy? Yeah, my neighbor. Turn around and see who's talking to me. It's Kenji. Seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. Oh, according to Keikaku. It's just me. Makes him pause and licks his lips nervously. It was me. I don't know anyone who called me. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Who is me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? Was someone strained and quick? Yes, but we've met before. Yesterday? I don't think so. I would remember someone who I met only yesterday. When was that? What day is it today? Try to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Prove that we met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. It's like, oh god, how'd you get that information? Bro found my IP address. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with an uncomprehending fear. How do you know my name? Damn, it's going to mean one of two things. Either we have met and you are telling the truth, and I just can't remember it, or you're secretly a spy. He pauses. A psychic spy. I was kind of expecting him to say, like, private investigator. That would have been funnier. His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into my room. Although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. He moves from friendly to maniac in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points a finger in my face damningly. Unlike you. Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you can pass as Hisao because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim. Maybe at a distance, but who do you think you're kidding? But I grab him by the shoulders and shake him. It's like, swear it's me. Anyway, stay there. Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I stay still, lest he assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage even if he did. Oh, wait, I see it now. Damn, it really is you. Sighing again and once again for good measure. Step backwards just in case. What's up, man? You don't look too good, I think. Something wrong? I don't know, just had something stupid happen to me. Well, a few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. Can't get a proper touch on other people here. I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we've had any contact either. That's rough, buddy. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but never be too careful. It's the hard reality we live in. I'm always starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us. See, this is how it is. This world. There is no justice, you see. Even when I lose, I win. Because I don't lose the lesson. What does that even mean? It doesn't matter. Dismisses it politely with a wave of his hand. Like that. So, what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? It's nothing, I just screwed off some girl accidentally. Literally too, she actually ran away from me. I got that negative aura. Well, it was my fault really. I think. I'm not really used to this all yet. A girl? A cute one? Cute? That's not a question. She had a nice body and really beautiful hair, but the face? I guess it could go either way. Yeah, she was cute. In fact, I'm gonna save here. And yeah, she was cute. I knew it. There are a lot of cute girls here. Strangely disproportionate amounts. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of the school. I tried to warn you, man. But did you listen? No! I don't remember any such warning. And dark secrets. Wait, dark secrets. Extremely dark like a black hole. Wait, have you noticed that the number of girls in the school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60 to 40. That's more than I expected at least. He turned his head to the left and stares off to the distance at nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye. Doesn't appear to be that bad, but that's a full 20%. One would think that one would think that school with such a huge pool of women would be a man's dream, but no. What am I about to tell you could blow your mind? Are you ready? I don't know where this is going, but I don't think I'll be missing much by cutting out now. No, I'm not ready. I only get as far as turning the door on before Kenji just starts talking again. Joey doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not. Okay. I believe that this school is a battleground. A site of a feminist infiltration. What the hell? Okay, buddy, I want to hear the sauce for this. Let's see what you got to say. This disparity in the number of men to women is a clear sign of how far they've come. In case this Cold War turns hot, they will have superiority in numbers. Just another skirmish in the eternal war against the forces of the feminists. They're everywhere. In Japan, women outnumber men. It's not a 60-40 split, but it's only a matter of time, man. Even in America, women are the majority by a hair. They're building up their numbers. In the past, the buildup of military has always been the clear sign of imminent war. Japan is just the first huge step. Our economy is badass. The country itself is small and isolated, yet a huge part of the Pacific in terms of political value. The perfect target. They're so cunning, I suspect they're women. I really don't know what bro's yapping about. Soon, the day will come when, Oh, wait, his voice trolls off ominously. That is why you can't trust them. They will string you along and then kill you just as they killed me. You end up just like me. Oh, hell no. Can't stop myself from pointing it out. Hey, what the hell does that mean? Hey, you said it, not me. Best I can think of. So you're not supposed to say something like that? Damn, so rude. Where was I? Oh yeah, vast feminist conspiracy. Okay, stop it, man. I lost you. You yapped, and then I lost, like, my brain. Jordan Polo? It's cool. I have some graphs and stuff in my room. And puppets. Like, puppets? No puppets. Okay. He speaks energetically. Smiling almost before I'm talking. Movies and hands in animated ways continues to rant on. Let's see. It's too strange. I pegged him as relatively normal, but it's clear that I was wrong. Something on your mind, dude? You know what it's like to be the last sane man in an insane world. Kenji basically looks upset now. You mean that's you? That can't be, because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. That is my dream. You can't just steal a man's dream. What the hell? There can't be two last sane men. It would invalidate the whole last part. That part is kind of important. There can only be one, like in that foreign movie where there can only be one. Sure. Anyway, if you wait here and get my graphs, I also with some of the other dark complex conspiracies that the school holds. Thing was, quick, finish my analogy for me. Be a pal. I'm going to bed now. It's extremely late. That doesn't sound like an analogy, but whatever. I like you. You seem like a cool dude. Most people don't understand what I'm talking about when I try to explain the vast this for me. Yeah. Later. Okay. He glanced me on the back and advanced into his room so quickly. And quietly, it's like we didn't even open the door. And instead, he just phased right through the door like a ghost. Spooky. I don't think I'm fully digest what just happened. So I just give up and go to my room, kicking off my shoes before falling face first into the bed. It takes me some time to relax and get up so I can get started on homework. It's because the sheets are cool and comforting against my cheeks. It feels good just lying there with my eyes closed. School is like some kind of bizarre and surreal island. It's isolated on top of a mountain. Each person is stranger than the last. I just can't seem to fit in. What irony. One would think that fitting in a place that's made for people who are unfit for anywhere else would be easy. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Okay. Whew. This episode was chaotic, man. Okay, but yeah, we'll end this part here. Oh, wait. What's this? Title sequence? Chapter 2? Is that what this is? Well, I guess we'll find out in the next part. I thought I was really going to say Chapter 2 and then something. But yeah, that's it for this part. What do I think of this visual novel so far? After playing it once again, I think it's pretty alright. I am sorry, for some reason I just couldn't read. I think it's because of like the weird resolution compared to what I'm used to. Like I literally stumbled on like quite a few words, so like more than usual, so I'm sorry about that. I'll have to get used to like reading in this like resolution because it's like a small square instead of like, you know, the usual full screen. And I think that throws me off quite a bit. But yeah, anyway, with that, I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll probably be playing this a little more. We'll see. Like, I'll record the next part, and then if it goes up soon, you'll know that I actually enjoyed it. But yeah, with that, in the top right corner of your screen, Infocar should take you to the next part once it becomes available. And with that, I'll see you all in the next one. Alright. Peace.